Hi, my name is Carlos. I'm the creator of Floof Audio, and this is Meow Seq and the Meow Seq tutorial. Now, Meow Seq is a plugin that combines 10 different sequencers to create one MIDI output, and you can use it with any instrument, software, hardware, anything that can receive MIDI. It's great for coming up with ideas, but you can also use it in everything from generative experimental music to straight up productions. The layout of the plugin is so that it's two machines. On top is the clock machine and on the bottom is the pitch machine. They both have 5 sequencers that you can tab through with these buttons here. The clock machine deals with the timing of the steps for all the sequencers, and the pitch machine deals with the note data and other note parameters. If I make some changes to the div sequencer here, you can hear that the step timings are going to change. And you can notice that this changes for all the sequencers. And I can make some changes to the notes here. These are offset by the input keys. I can also make some changes to the step count. I can do the octave multiplications of the notes. And these can also have their own step counts. And you can set the play mode for all the sequencers. This one can be ping pong if you want. It can also be RNG, which is random. So this will give you kind of a more generative experience. The other sequencers, velocity, pitch bend, mod wheel, it's like standard MIDI information. In the clock sequencer, you got offset. It creates a small delay after the step, so it creates this kind of dragged feel. It's easier to hear this when you got a beat playing or something. And then you got the ratchets one. It creates duplicates of the notes. And it can also create tuplets. And then this one is for the note length. This one is for probability of a note firing or not. The next thing to understand is these pattern buttons that are here and here. And the thing to understand about those is that they are linked to the currently viewed sequencer. So if I make a pattern change here, it's only the pattern for this sequencer that is changing. If I go to the ratchet sequencer, I can make some pattern changes for that alone. And this kind of enables you to interchange the parameters, the patterns of the different parameter sequencers. So you understand that you can make pattern changes with these buttons for the specifically viewed sequencer. But sometimes you may want to do more than one pattern change at a time. Like if you want to change the pattern for the notes, but you also want to change the patterns for the octaves. You can do this with the bank buttons. Each time I change a pattern, it's automatically updated to the bank that I'm currently on. So I'll move to another bank. I'll make some pattern changes or selections for all of the sequencers, and it's updated to this bank right away as you select them. This means I can make whatever pattern selection I want for the sequencers, and I can move between the selections with these banks. And you can also map the banks to MIDI with this map button down here. Just click it, click the bank you want to map, input a note, and it's now mapped, so you can change between the banks like this. And you can also use a piano roll to program changes, of course. So as you have seen, I'm using the MIDI keyboard to start and stop the plugin. And this is specifically done with a mode called phrase mode. You can open the settings here, select the play mode phrase, which enables this behavior. This mode is very great for music production where you have a song and you want the sequencer to start at a very specific point from a very specific transposition, a note, and to end at a specific point. So you can use your piano roll, program some start stop points with transpositions. The other mode is normal mode, and in this mode the sequencer starts with a DAW. So when I press play, it starts and you can still transpose. And you know, it's just playing endlessly until you stop your DAW. And this mode is intended for just getting started quickly, coming up with some ideas and just jamming out. You can also use it in a more live environment where you're making changes to the patterns as the sequencer just plays. Maybe you're playing with a friend or in a live setting. So notice that when I make pattern changes, the changes are synced to the beat, and that's because of this quantization option here, which quantizes the changes to a beat or a fraction of a beat. So if I turn it off, you're gonna notice that it's just gonna desync everything when I make pattern changes. Right, so you need some kind of quantization to make sure that the changes will stay on beat. Lastly, this button here, when it's on and you make a pattern change, it's gonna reset the sequencer to the first step when you make the pattern change. So when it's off, you can notice that I'm making changes and the sequencer just keeps playing while the change is made. But when it's on and I make changes, it goes back to the first step on the change. And it does that for all the sequencers of this machine in local mode. And in global mode, it's going to reset all of the sequencers for both machines when you make pattern changes, any pattern change. Okay, that's just about it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some information from it. If you want to check out the plugin, just go to floofaudio.com, hit the download button, and you will get a free trial for 1 week. If you need more time, let me know. And if you have any comments, suggestions, or feedback, I will be happy to receive that. And please share the plugin with anyone you think might like it. Until next time, have a good life.